Hello, my fellow way breakaway thinkers. Hello, hello. Welcome to another video. It's another wonderful day today. Good day to you all. I hope you all are having a good day. We are grateful to Source, God the Most High, for our lives, for the fact that we are here for another day. Gratitude is very important. You know, every day that I wake up, that's one of my first things is I say to myself, thank you, Source, for another day. That's one of the things that I do. You know, when I wake up, I've kind of made that a habit. So this would be something that would be good for you if you're listening. Gratitude, is very key. Just being grateful that we're here for another day, regardless of what the circumstances are, what you're waking up to, all the kids, all that. Like, I know I'm a parent myself, so I get it. But no matter what, we got to be grateful. We are here to experience life in all of its forms, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. We are here to experience all of it. It's all part of the journey of growth. But anyway, back with another one. Today, I want to talk about realignment in relationships. Realignment in relationships. Actually, on my treadmill for a little bit. I haven't been on a treadmill in a long time. And I figured I'd get on there for a little bit and start running a little. I was drinking my shake here, as I was working out, trying to get that muscle mass going and doing some lifting and all that. And this idea of this topic, came to me, and I decided to come out here and walk around, get some sunshine, uh, get some sun bathing, get my grounding on. I've got my bare feet on the ground, just walking around. I want to talk about this because I would say in the past few months here, this is something that I have experienced and I have dealt with in my relationships as I continue to work on myself and try to be the best version of myself, right? Sometimes there comes that moment where it seems like, based on the path that you're on, it seems like you're becoming out of alignment with the people that you love, with the people that are in your life. And that can create some conflicts, that can create some misunderstandings, that can create some tension in relationships, right? And it also can create this perception that you're better than the other people that are in your life. And I say this because I have had that, regrettably, but I want to talk about it anyway and just be open and be honest, about that and why we want to uh, approach people who may not see things the way that we do or who may not be in the same journey of growth as we are, to approach them with love, with lots of love. So yeah, as I'm growing and as I'm evolving, the people that I had, that I have in my life, right? There are going to be times where you're not really understood, where who you are and who you're becoming doesn't make sense to people. People may think that you're crazy, that you're doing too much. There could be many things, right? And I just want somebody who's watching this who may have a similar experience to know that it's not because those people all of a sudden don't like you. It's the fact that they can't make sense of who you're becoming, right? They're used to a certain way of seeing you. They're used to a certain way of interacting with you, right? And now that you're changing, they don't know what to do with the new version of you. They don't know what to do with who you're becoming. And unfortunately, for lots of people, there isn't that sense of curiosity, like, I wonder what's going on with this person. Like genuine curiosity, right? It becomes a thing of, let's call them names and let's scoff at them and laugh at them and say things about them. And that's what, unfortunately, a lot of people turn to. And again, they're not doing it out of ill intent, right? It's not that they mean you any harm or anything like that. It's just they don't know how to deal with this new version of you, this new person that you're being. So just love them. Love those people unconditionally, and also realize that Everybody's on their own path, right? We're all not going to go about life the same way. We're all not going to ascend and going to raise our consciousness the same way. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and I look at it like there are 8 billion different roads, all heading to the same one destination, which is God, Source, the Most High, whatever word you want to use, right? So think about that. 8 billion separate roads that are all going to the same place. So these 8 billion roads are all going to experience different things. They're going to, on the path, there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations. There's going to be a lot of pit stops. There's going to be clear roads, where the road is just fantastic. It's clear, it's easy. And there are going to be times when, man, the road is muddy, there are a lot of potholes all over, and, you're hitting the potholes and it's ruining your feet. And I'm using this as an analogy. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. So everybody is on their own path, right? And just being respectful of that. And this is something that I had to learn. I really had to learn, because I was kind of getting to that point where I was starting to think that I was being better than another person, and that's not fair. That's not fair to people to look at it that way, because it's not an issue of you getting better, or worse. There isn't a better or worse. It all just is. We're all just going through our same, not our same. We're all just going through our own different paths, right? But it's eventually all going to lead to the same destination. We are eventually all going to, at some point, raise our awareness, raise our consciousness. The question is, how are you going to get there? Are you going to consciously make the decision to take on that path? Or is life going to force you to get on that path, right? And that is where sometimes some of our experiences that we have come in. The experiences that are not ideal, that we don't want, the experiences that we can't understand, the experiences that we feel bad about, the experiences um, that are really trying. It pushes us to the limit. Those type of experiences are ways of source of God pushing you towards your return to the road. Source is trying to tell you that, hey, I want you to come back to me. I mean, we are all the extensions of the Creator anyway, but humanity as a whole, we've lost our way. We've went away from the path of the Creator, of Source. All of us. All of us. And some of us have started the journey of trying to return back. And some of them are not there yet. And that's okay. Right now, what I'm trying to say is, let's not make it an issue of just because, I've gotten on the path and that other person isn't on that road yet means that I'm better than them. That's the issue. That, it's important to not create those stories, because we aren't better than anybody. All of us are unique individuals, experiencing this life in our own unique way, right? In our own journey that we're on. And just being respectful of everybody's path, I think, is very important. Again, it's something that I've had to learn. I had to be humble and really accept that. Be loving of people, regardless of what journey that they're on, right? And also recognize that everybody's growing, right? Everybody's growing in their own way. It may not necessarily be the way that we would like to see it, but just by the mere fact that you're living life, that to me is growth, right? Everything that you're experiencing in life, the hardships, the good times, just the mere fact that you are here living, you are growing. Just like we grow physically in our bodies, we start as babies and we go up, we are all growing. Now the issue is, are you growing towards the direction that you want? That is where the problem is at. Is that growth heading towards your desired outcomes, your desired, what you desire in life? So it can be easy or it can be hard. It's really up to us. We have that free will. We have that choice. I just find it, unfortunately, that it's almost as if we have to hit rock bottom, or things have to get extremely bad for us to finally decide to look at ourselves, right? To look at God, to start asking those big questions. And what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be. You don't have to experience pain and experience hardship in order to finally start asking questions about ourselves and are asking who are we truly and why am I here and what is my relationship with the one that created me, the creator. Like all these questions, right? It doesn't have to take tragedy. It doesn't have to take that, accident or, whatever it is for us to start doing those things. We can start doing them now. We could all start doing it now. Yeah. I mean, again, everybody's on their own path. Some people will get there with ease, or relative ease anyway, because that's relative. Some people will get there without the super tragic, traumatic stuff. And for some people, they may have to go through the traumatic stuff. It depends. Everybody's on their own journey. You don't really know what path each person is on, right? But because we don't know, we have to be respectful of everybody's path. Um, it takes humility. It takes putting your ego at the door, right? To be able to just say that, you know what? I have begun a journey of growth, a journey of working on myself. And the people that are around me may not have done that, but that is okay because they are on their own journey. They will get there at their own time, at their own pace. It's very important. Really, that is the main message I want to put in this video here, is that everyone is on their own path, on their own journey, and let's just be respectful of people's paths. Even if it doesn't make sense to us, even if it may not be in alignment with how we see things, even if it scares us a little, because it is scary, right? When you've known somebody to be a certain way their whole life, and then now you have to see them in a different way because they are growing and evolving in a way that doesn't make sense to you. It's scary. I get it. I totally get it. And again, those people are not bad for feeling that way, right? If they're loved ones in your life, if it's siblings, parents, whatever it is, they're not being mean or anything like that. They're just trying to process what that looks like and what that means, right? But a way to deal with that, or a way for those people to approach it, is to come to you genuinely out of curiosity and ask, what's going on with you? Like, what are you actually, doing? What are you actually working on? So, yeah, get my phone here. And avoid the name calling and the labeling and the, all those things, because that creates animosity, that creates the arguments, it creates tension in families, and there's no need for that. Sometimes all it takes is just asking. If you're somebody, right, and in your family there's that one person that you can see that this person is really working on themselves, and it doesn't make sense to you. They may be going a little too fast, at least to you. You may perceive it as they may be going too fast, or you just don't understand how they see things anymore. You don't understand how they view the world anymore. Ask them, like, talk to them genuinely. Ask them, like, what is actually going on? What has led you to this path that you're on? Instead of the name calling and stuff. I think it's time to stop doing that. You know, Name calling, personal attacks. And sometimes it may be slight. It doesn't even have to be a name calling. It could be, you saying something under your breath about them, like, who the hell does this person think he is? Type of thing, right? And that's not necessary, because that person hears that, they feel that energy from you, and it creates animosity towards you. And that's where a lot of the conflicts and stuff starts. So really, is let's treat each other with love. That's what all this boils down to. Let's treat each other with love, regardless of what journey we're on, regardless of whether we've started our growth journey or not. Let's all just love each other unconditionally, no matter what, right? Because we are all extensions of the Creator. We're all extensions of that one source, that one Creator. All of us are sparks of that light. So let's acknowledge each other, love each other in that way. That's what Jesus was talking about. You know, even if you're not religious, that message you can relate to, or that message you can benefit from. Love each other, love everybody as you love yourself. That's what that entire book comes down to. Is that? I mean, there are other things, of course, right? But that is the main message. You know. Anyway, I wanted to speak about this because I have experienced it. It's something that I've dealt with, and I know there's somebody out there that may be on that same have that same situation or have that same scenario going on in their life, and they need some assistance. I hope whoever's watching this that you've got something from this, and that we can help you in your path and your journey in life. So that is all for today. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna just walk around and get some of this sun here and keep grounding and drinking my shake, all of that stuff. And I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, bye now.